You're tuned in to Just One Hot Mom with host Nanika Ansari. Get ready. She's about to bring you that fire, that flavor, that heat, all that passion, and more from around the world and in your neighborhood. Stay tuned.
So, hey, hotties. As always, y'all realize that we are almost at a point where we are halfway through the year. We are coming upon that halfway through the year mark. Can y'all believe that? Like, this year has gone by so fast. And I don't know about y'all, but this has been like a whirlwind of stuff going on. With everything, with the kids, with businesses, with work, with everything going on. And you know how in January you probably set your goals like, I'm gonna meet this mark, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and then come the halfway mark and you like, I haven't accomplished anything, I haven't done anything that I said I was gonna do, and so you kind of give up or you get stuck. Today we are going to get unstuck. We are going to revive those dreams. We are going to believe in ourselves again. And just because it's been 6 months, guess what? There are another 6 months to go. And we still have time for you to live your dreams, see your vision come to life, or prep and prepare for the next season. So I like to call this the Setting Your Goals Reboot. So let me tell you, at the beginning of the year, myself, I was pumped. I was like, by the end of this year, I'm going to have a book written. I'm going to have the whole podcast planned out. I'm going to lose 50 pounds. I'm going to do all of these things. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, summer is going to get whatever body I give. I already told y'all that, but I'm just reiterating that summer is going to get whatever body I give, because I have not lost 50 pounds since January. That just hasn't happened for me. And I'm okay with that. But what I wasn't okay with is like, I did not meet all of my goals. Like, by this time I was like, oh, I want the book to be done. I want it to be at the editors right now because I want to drop it off. Like, I want to be able to produce it by the end of the year. And so I was like, here we come, June. Yet another June is coming up. And where am I at? Well, for me personally, I have not finished the devotional, but I have finished 4 other books that I will be dropping to you guys. Yeah, I said four mini books that I have finished up. And so I was thinking, like, what did I do in order to achieve that? And I had to reboot myself. I had to start thinking differently. And so I had to get in my own mind all over again. And what I noticed is, like, earlier in the year, I was prepared. Like, I had made lists, I had made charts, I had set goals throughout the year, but I didn't follow that, setting it up every month. So sometimes I would be really good at setting the goals and meeting the marks, and then other times I just didn't pay attention to goals. I got lazy, I got stuck. I'm being completely transparent. Like, I was like, I get lazy. Like, I'm tired of doing this right now. I just want to go out and do something else. Then versus now, though, now that I've already been in the first half of the year, I know what I didn't do. And I know how I can move forward in accomplishing what I want to do. So when you go back and you look at, if you are like me, you wrote those goals down somewhere. You wrote them down somewhere. You're saving them for a moment when you could be like, okay, I accomplished it. Or you balled it up and you threw it somewhere because you're like, I'm not going to get to this. You've already given up. Go. Find those goals and let's start to prepare to reach them all over again. Preparation is key for anything you want to do. If it's writing a book, if it's starting a podcast, if it's losing weight, if it's finding a new job, you have to prepare for what you want to do next. And so the thing is that we prepare one time and we think that one time preparation will take care of everything we need to do, when honestly preparing for a goal is an ongoing process. Like, I know that now. I know that every month, not even every month, every week I have to set aside time to prepare for the next week ahead. So I take time every Sunday to prepare for the next week, to prepare for the next month, because preparation is key. If you want to achieve your goals, you have to prepare for those goals. And I can't, like, for me, I think where failure came in at is that I only prepared in January. I only prepared in January for my goals for the entire year, when I should have taken the time to prepare with each and every step. So the first thing to resetting your goals and rebooting yourself is to start preparing. Start preparing for the next thing you want to do. And then to keep preparing. That's where we miss in the process. It's like it's not a one-time preparation thing. You have to keep prepping, because let's face it, your goals are an ongoing process. So preparing one time to reach those goals just won't do it. You have to prepare for each and every step in the goal. Preparation is key in trying to ignite or launch anything. You can ask any business owner, ask all the teachers. They are preparing to leave school right now. Preparation is key. If you are not properly prepared, then you are preparing yourself for failure. So let's reboot and let's start to get prepared to do what we want to do next. The next thing is do the work. We miss that sometimes. We start and then we stop. We start and then we stop. Work is an ongoing process. If you want to achieve a goal, you have to keep working at it. Like, even on the days when you don't feel like it, like on the days I was like, I do not feel like showing up for this. I do not feel like doing this. You still have to work at it. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to do the work you need to do to accomplish your goal. If you don't do the work, guess what? You won't accomplish it. Like, it's that simple. If you don't do the work, you won't accomplish your goals. You have to put in the prep to be able to do the work. All of these things go together in order for you to achieve your goal. Doing the work means breaking it down. Like, okay, if I know that I want to have a podcast episode out by a certain date, I have to record it, I have to edit it, there are certain steps that I need to take. But I know that even if I prepare, if I don't do the work, I won't get done. I won't accomplish that goal. And so doing the work is key. You know what you got to do. That's if you're working out and you want to lose weight. You have to work out. You have to eat right. You have to change your habits. Do the work to achieve your goals. And it's possible. Just decide yourself today to reboot and to start to do the work. Even if you slacked off doing the work, commit yourself again to doing the work. Prepare, then do the work. Now remember this, it takes time. It takes time. People think that, for me, and I'm going to use my own personal story, I was like, oh, I'm going to have this done in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be able to have whatever I want to accomplish done in the next couple of weeks. And it's just not feasible, especially when life happens. Life happens, kids happen, jobs happen, everything in the universe can happen. And so it takes time to achieve your goals. Don't be upset if in January you made a goal for yourself and you haven't reached it by now. That's okay, because guess what? We can always start over again. It's nothing wrong with starting over again. But give yourself the time. And if you know that you've been procrastinating and that's the reason why you haven't achieved your goals, or if you've been fearful in achieving your goals, remember that it takes time. Whether it takes time to conquer that fear, whether it takes the time for you to plan out what you're going to do and actually do the work, time. It takes time. Nobody has a magical wand that they can you on the head and say that you're going to accomplish this today. It's all up to you. You have to create the space for yourself. You have to have the time to achieve those goals. Speaking of time and space, that's our next thing. You have to create the space for yourself. Here's the thing. We'll say that we want to work out. We'll say that we want to start a business, but we won't create the space and time to do that. And I've learned this lesson from more than a number of entrepreneurs, is that you got to get up early. You got to get up early. If you're a mom or a parent or anybody, you got to get up early. I see people, I was like, no, I'm going to sleep until about 6. But honestly, if I'm going to accomplish anything, I got to be up by 5, sometimes 4:45 to accomplish things, because I need to create a space for my mind to be open, for me to function, for me to think about what I need to do next. And sometimes I can't do that. Once the day is started, once I'm getting ready for work, once the kids are awake, once we're in the car, once the day has started, life has started for me outside of what I want to focus on to accomplish a goal, then that's it. But it's up to us, if we want to accomplish our goals, to create the time and the spacing for it. If you want to lose weight and you can't work out after work, then you have to go before work. Whatever it is, you have to be intentional in creating the space for you to work in and taking the time to do it. And so that may mean that you have to wake up before the crack of dawn. You may have to go to bed earlier. You may have to sacrifice time with friends, going out, doing all this. You might have to sacrifice shoes and shopping. That's big for me. In order to create the space and the time you need to accomplish your goals. See, what's the point of preparing, doing the work, figuring out that it's going to take you some time to accomplish this if you don't create your spacing for it? That means, like, when I get off of live with you guys, I put Anissa to bed, I straighten up my house, and then I get to writing for another 2 hours. And nothing can disturb that. I turn off my phone. I turn off all distractions so that I can get that done, because I know that if I'm going to reach my goal, I need to set that time and I need to be intentional. Pay attention to that word this year. Be intentional about the steps you are taking to achieve your goal. See, I can easily be like, oh, I'm going to get the book done and not have intent behind that. But if I really want to get something done, I have to be intentional about making the time to write, making the time to do the lives. Like this right here, being on live or recording a podcast episode is intentional. I have to create the space and time to do that. And trust and believe, it's at 4:45 in the morning when the house is completely quiet. If I know that that's what I need to accomplish a goal, then that's what I have to do. It's about sacrifice. Sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to sacrifice that sleep. You have to sacrifice that time so that you can achieve your goal. And see, I think sometimes that's where we slip up, is that we say, okay, well, I'm going to write for this time. But then somebody calls you up and they're like, you want to go out, sis? You want to hang out, sis? You're like, oh, I'll do it later. No. I don't know how many times I have skipped training, not on purpose, not because I'm lazy, but because I know I didn't meet my writing goal. See, I have a writing goal because I prepared in the beginning. I know that I needed to do the work. I've created the time and the space to do the work. But if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, then I have to deny myself some other things so that I can sit and be intentional about what I want to do. See, I know my goals, just like you know your goals. I know what I want to do, and I know what it takes to reach those goals. But if I'm not willing to prepare, to do the work, to take the time and to create the space and be intentional, I won't do it. I won't get it done, and I won't have anyone else to blame but myself. I can say so-and-so called me up and they needed me. That means that even sometimes I have to be like with friends, like, okay, I can't talk to you now. And I have to become real good at saying, like, somebody's like, you got a moment to talk? Nope. Because I don't. Is it an emergency? What's your definition of an emergency? Because sometimes you have to ask people that, because their definition of an emergency isn't your definition of an emergency. What is emergent for me is me accomplishing my goals. Like, I've had these dreams my whole life. I've put them aside for far too long. I need to be dedicated to myself, and I can do that. I can do that. I can be dedicated to myself. I can have a family. I can have a career, but I have to create intentionally the time and the space to do it. Here's the other thing. This is a big one. This is a real big one. I think this might be the biggest one I've noticed for myself. Who are you working with? Let's face it. If you are working with someone to achieve your goals, and in the 6 months you haven't seen anything, you guys haven't met up, you haven't been able to work together, you need to reevaluate who you're working with. Are you guys a match for each other? I announced the other day that I was looking for an editor for my book. And I reached out to a couple people, and the person I picked was like, hey, I do the first 2 pages for free, just so that I can make sure that we are a good fit for each other. See, sometimes you select your friends and your family to work with, and they are not the people that are going to help you achieve your goal. So we have to be intent when we select the people that we're working with. So I may not be able to work with a friend or family. And trust me, I was being cheap. I was like, oh, I'm going to trust so-and-so to edit it for me. But they're not a professional editor. If you are trying to achieve a goal and you need a professional, seek out a professional. Like, be invested in yourself and getting the best that you need for you to accomplish what you need to accomplish. But we get inside these circles and so-and-so know Jack and Jill and they can do it for you and at a discounted rate. Sometimes you have to be willing to pay the price, to sacrifice those shoes, to sacrifice eating out so that you can achieve what you really want to do. And so you have to really look in your circle. And we talked about this before. Every circle that you are in isn't going to elevate you in what you want to do for your goals. So say you have your friends that you hang out with, that you kick it with, y'all go to brunch with each other, that's that group of friends. But then you have another group of people that you do business with, that you grow with, that are going to elevate you and help you achieve your goals. That's okay. You don't have to do everything with everybody. But if from January to now, if you've been working with the person and you guys have not achieved, you guys have not worked towards the goal, if they have not pushed you into what you are supposed to do, you need to evaluate who you're working with. And sorry, I think that people are like, oh, I want to give so and so a chance. Oh, so and so is a friend of a friend. If you want to accomplish your goal, and that is a hindrance in accomplishing your goal, evaluate who you are working with. So we talked about it. You have to be prepared. You have to do the work. You have to realize that reaching your goal will take some time. You have to create the space and opportunity and be intentional about what you want to do. But you also have to make sure that the people you are working with are working it for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it doesn't mean that we stop being friends because this situation of us working together did not work out. That's not the case. The thing is that I have a goal. I have a mission. I have a divine purpose that is set before me, and I need to do this. And if I can't do it with you, that's okay. But I need to figure out who I can do it with so that I can accomplish this. So if you training with a friend and y'all both still, after y'all work out and train, y'all going to get donuts and stuff, that ain't the trainer friend for you. You have to be intent about the people that you circle yourself with in order to achieve your goals. And there's nothing wrong with that. And then lastly, I'll say this. You may need to start again. You may need to start again. You may need to start again. And it's nothing wrong with that. Take the time that you need to focus, to be so laser focused on your goal that even if you have to start again, you're okay with that, because you know at the end of the day what your mission is, what your goal is. You know what you want to accomplish. And even if something comes up, because let's face it, life happens for everybody. It could be something that you do, it could be something with the kids, it could just be life. Life is happening to each and every one of us. Transition is happening to each and every one of us. And so when something comes up, don't let that cause you to get stuck, to not keep moving forward and achieving your goals, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Something is going to be inconvenient, and it's going to happen, and you're going to have a choice to make. You can either decide to stop where you are, or you can decide like, hey, I just got to start over again. I don't care how many times you have to reboot yourself. Look at your goals and be proud of how far you come. And if you feel like you haven't come far enough, be truthful and transparent with yourself. Like, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't prepare myself. I didn't do the work. I didn't realize how much time this was going to take. I was not intent when I said I was going to do something. And I have been working with people who are truly going to help me achieve my goal. So what I need to do, I need to press that little reset button and start all over again. And guess what? That's okay, because it's your goal. It's only meant for you. My goals are meant for me. Your goals are meant for you. And you are the one who controls how you achieve that goal. So, ladies, I want you guys to think about that. Go back and look at the goals you set for yourself earlier this year. And if you've achieved them, celebrate. That's one part we miss out, is that we don't celebrate our achievements. No matter how big or how small, celebrate what you have accomplished, because you've accomplished it. But if you look back and you're like, I should have did more, I should have been greater, I should have forged ahead, and I should have done more than I have now, or my plan was to do more. It's nothing wrong with restarting, resetting those goals, and getting prepared to do the work, to have the time to be intent about it, to surround yourself with the people that can help you move ahead. Y'all see that? Like how I fit them all together? So go ahead, ladies. If you haven't done it, hit that reset button for yourself today, and I promise you, you won't be disappointed. You're going to be like, okay, I can do this. I have another plan in place, and I'm going to start all over again, and I'm going to celebrate each and every moment of this goal-reaching journey. and enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. Don't be upset with yourself if you don't reach your goals. Don't be upset with everyone around you, because we tend to, like, when we don't do something or something doesn't work out for us, we tend to get upset with other people, and then we get upset with ourselves. But if you make a decision to jumpstart, to do it again, and even if you have to do it again after that, and even if you have to do it again after that, it's okay. Show yourself some grace, show yourself some love, and prepare for the next leg of this journey. As always, you guys are always amazing. I'm hoping that some sun will shine down on us soon so that we can get our goals done outside. You guys have an amazing week. If you are looking for more entertainment, go on over to nanika.com. That's NANEKIA.com, where you will find me and the hottest kids giving you all that flavor, that fire, that sauce, that heat from around the world and in your neighborhood. Guess what? You've been tuned in and you've been elevated. I'll talk to you soon.